Hi everyone, and welcome to our webinar this morning, this afternoon, or this evening, wherever you are in the world. And we've got people joining us from all over. It's a real pleasure to welcome you. This is one of our series where we work with our partners to bring you some app smashing examples of ThingLink in action. And today we have Book Creator. So we'll be hearing all about Book Creator. We'll be seeing it in action, and there'll be lots of links for you. Afterwards, we'll send you an email with the replay and all the links and resources there as well. We've got lots of people joining us. We've got people from Utah, Germany, Wisconsin, France, Italy, Morocco. And of course, as you are usually aware, we have somebody else in our guest area, Kyla, who's always answering your questions. Welcome, Kyla.
Hi, and Louise, happy Sherlock Holmes Day, of course. Talking of Book Creator, I've got it ready, my favourite book. You wanted me Sherlock Holmes Day.
We'll be explaining all about that in a short while. Hello from Nebraska. And it isn't just Kyla who is going to be answering your comments and your questions in the chat. We also have Ivan joining us. Hello, Ivan, who's head of our support services. If ever you contact our support, it's Ivan who's going to be looking after you. So welcome to Ivan.
Hello. It's not just me. We are expanding our team slowly but surely. So you'll see more people responding to your questions. You'll see more people on these webinars soon.
Excellent. And whereabouts are you? Are you in Helsinki today, Ivan?
Yes, in sunny Helsinki, we finally enjoying the summertime. Spring just doesn't happen over here. It goes straight from snow to plus 20 degrees. So just enjoying the weather and the weather.
Well, it's actually gone back to winter here in Scotland. So yeah, the woolies and the jumpers are out. We had summer for just 1 week. So long may it last in Helsinki. So you're going to be answering any account queries. If anybody's got any ThingLink questions, pop them in the chat and Ivan will answer. So Ivan, I'm going to send you back to the YouTube chat and we'll see you at the end. And Kyla, you're going to be keeping an eye on all the comments and responding, and you're going to be putting people's questions onto the screen as well, aren't you? Yeah. So we love hearing where you are. So please do give us a shout out. And if you've got any questions at all for any of us, just ask and we'll put those on the screen. So Kyla, thanks ever so much for all of your help. Okay. So it's my great pleasure to introduce David from Spain. David is the community manager for Book Creator. How are you doing?
I'm very well, Louise. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here.
Oh, it's just a pleasure. Now, this webinar wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for Christoffer, who's going to be joining us in a short moment, because he was playing with ThingLink and Book Creator and came up with some great examples, put them on Twitter, and then linked us both in. And then we started talking. We're like, why not do this?
Match made in heaven. Match made in heaven.
It is just wonderful, and we love Book Creator. I've been a big fan of Book Creator for years, and in my previous roles working directly with teachers, it's a much loved tool because it's so easy to use, isn't it? People just love it as a kind of entry level, get young people using it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll talk a little bit more about why in a minute, but accessibility is definitely one of the things that we talk about a lot.
Excellent. Oh, we can't wait to hear more from you. And we also have Christoffer. Hi, Christoffer. How are you doing?
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for connecting the two products together and seeing how can we get the most out of technologies in classrooms. So it's a great opportunity.
We have so much to thank you for. And if you weren't aware, Christoffer is not only head of digital learning at his municipality in Copenhagen in Denmark. Christoffer is an Apple professional learning specialist, an Apple distinguished educator, and a ThingLink certified trainer, which is our new program we launched last week. And you're the first from Denmark and the first of 10 certified trainers that we've onboarded. So yeah, it's just wonderful that you're able to share all the good work that you're doing. And we are hugely appreciative of everything that you're doing. So you're going to be showing people a live demo as well as some of the pedagogy behind why that you're using Book Creator and ThingLink together. So it isn't just an app smash, it's a lot more than that. So everyone's in for a real treat. So I'm really aware that there's a lot of people who are joining us this evening, this afternoon, this morning, wherever you are. Someone joining us from Tallahassee, that's El Michelle. We've got someone from Colombia. Someone's shouting, "Go Apple," obviously listening to your qualifications there. Someone from Texas, San Antonio, amazing. Yeah, it's just fantastic.
Wow.
So there's lots of people who don't know and love Book Creator because maybe they're ThingLink users and creators that are joining us, and vice versa. There's lots of people that I'm sure have heard via Book Creator about ThingLink and are joining us. So I thought it'd be really helpful just to give a bit of a background to ThingLink and what it's all about. David's going to do a lovely walkthrough of Book Creator, and then we're going to head on over to you, Christoffer, where you're going to be showing us all of this lovely stuff together. So I'm just going to put my share my screen there. Hopefully you can see that okay. So we like to start with this, which is ThingLink, think again, because so many people have said to us, "Oh, I used to use ThingLink years ago, absolutely loved it." And we're like, do you know what it can do now? Where have you been? Yes, you can use Book Creator in Spanish here. There's some really nice comments that are coming through. So ThingLink is actually 13 years old, and it was the vision of Ulla Maria Koivula, who's our founder and CEO of ThingLink. And she had this amazing vision that anything and everything can be an interface for learning. And this was so far ahead of its time. And we're hearing now a lot about immersive learning, particularly with the emergence of AI. People are talking about these different modalities so that you can use different types of media. And that's what we are saying with ThingLink, is that we are the easiest and fastest way to create immersive learning experiences. But of course, when people talk about immersive learning, they often, David, I'm just going to mute you there because I think there's a little bit of background noise. But people often think of immersive learning and they jump to headsets. And we know that, yes, ThingLink works on headsets. It works beautifully. But it's not just about headsets. So immersive learning, like you're going to be seeing with Christoffer's examples, it can be created on any device and it can be shared on any device. And young people can access this on any device, whether they're in the classroom and it's on a big screen, whether they're at home on their school devices, even on mobile phones. So immersive learning, yeah, it's not just about the headsets, and we make it really, really easy for anyone to do that. So ThingLink today is an entire suite of tools to enable you to do this. We have our main ThingLink editor, but now we've added additional solutions and additional tools for you to create branched experiences, like pick your own path adventure games. We've got our own guided tours, which are one click to guide you through something. We've even got our own AR app as well. And there's lots of other webinars if you want to explore some of those tools in a much greater depth. The big news, of course, is that as of it was late last week, we've now enabled every paid account to have access to tools so you can generate those base media images, things like 360 images. So here I've got a 360 image which has been generated with Skybox, which is through our integration. And this is a sneaky peek at the latest version, because it is a special day today. It is actually a day that is Sherlock Holmes Day. So I thought it'd be quite fun just to generate the start of an escape room. And this is something that Book Creator do so brilliantly. They provide a little book each month of activities. And I just happened to find out that today was Sherlock Holmes Day. So that is a very quick spin of what ThingLink is, but I don't want to give too much away because I know Christoffer is going to show it in all its glory, and I've got some nice examples to show you as well. But enough from me. I think it's time that I hand it over to David, because David, you are going to actually show us what Book Creator looks like as well. So David, go for it.
Absolutely. And thank you for that. I'm loving that you showed our May activity book. It's just filled with fun activities. And that today happens to be Sherlock Holmes Day. Fantastic. Happy Sherlock Holmes Day to everyone out there. So I'm so honored and privileged to share a little bit about Book Creator with you. And you're going to hear a lot more about this from Christoffer in a moment. And so I'm just going to give you this quick overview. But a lot of times I hear people say, well, why Book Creator? What is Book Creator? And so I just put them through this. You know, Book Creator is the simplest and most inclusive way to create content in the classroom. And I'm actually showing you Book Creator now as I'm giving you this presentation. And so you can see here, it's very simple to use. There's not a lot of buttons, and that's by design. And we built it that way because we need it to work in all of these different subjects. And you can use it right across the curriculum and right across your digital content types, like your ThingLinks. Those come right in, and you'll see this in a minute. But you can also be adding all of your favorite digital images. You can record yourself, you can record your voice, and I'll show you that in just a minute. It's built for everyone. And this is something that a lot of folks don't know about us. From our inception, it was built for, in fact, the founder's son, it was built for students that are on the edges of our classrooms, not the ones that are in the middle, the ones that need maybe some extra support. And because it's built for students on the edges, it's good for all of our students. Any of my spec ed teachers out there in the audience are going to know that these accommodations that we build for our students that need a little extra support, they actually support everyone really, really well. And so we built this platform with that in mind, and it has maintained at the ethos of our company. What also has maintained is that it's built for education. We're education focused. We only want teachers and students using this. And because of that, the features that you see are built and they are designed with teachers in mind. In fact, our entire platform has basically been features that folks from our community have suggested us to add. And I'm going to show you a brand new feature here in just a moment. But one of the reasons that we find that people love Book Creator so much is the reaction that they have they get back from their students after using it. Students like authentic audiences, and they like when they can see that other folks have read their books. And so with the ability to publish online and then share that to anyone in the world and then see the analytics of who's read your book, the students really pour a lot more energy and effort into the book or the content that they're creating for your class, because they know they have that authentic audience and they know that's not just their teachers watching. And so we like to just tell folks, just dive in. You can head over to app.bookcreator.com. Any teacher can sign up for free and start an account. We've got some great template resources available for you. So if you teach at a particular grade level, we've built a book just for introducing Book Creator to your students. So we know that oftentimes when we're introducing new tech, we want things to be pretty low risk so that the students get a chance to use the tool before we expect them to use it to show what they know. So we've built some introductory lessons and lesson plans to accompany them that we think are great for first-time users and the first time you introduce it to your students. We also have this thriving community of educators that are constantly creating resources to share. And so I also encourage you to jump in and dive right into our community. And I've even left you a little message here, and I wanted to point this out because it's kind of special. So I'm going to play it so you can hear there. This is David Hotler. So excited for you to join our community. Now, I created that audio hotspot on the fly just before this. It was a little choppy, but I went ahead and I had Book Creator generate automatically some transcripts for me. And you can see if I click on that little button that's just below my audio hotspot, I can see and also edit my transcript. But that's not super exciting. Yes, it's great that you can offer differentiated instructions to your students in both video, audio, and text format. But what if I told you that all you had to do is right-click on that audio hotspot, and now you can translate it into 167 different languages, choose whatever voice you'd like, and then Book Creator is going to make you a second hotspot with a second transcript that you can edit, and when you click on it, guess what?
Hola, este es David Hotler. Estoy muy emocionado de que te unas a nuestra comunidad.
Y esa está bien, porque hablo español y está correcto. Muy bien, right? This is great. You can access this right away from the platform. So we're really excited about it. So I just wanted to show you that because I know I don't have a lot more time. But if you head on over to bookcreator.com/remix, you're going to find a lot more templates that you can use, not just those first-time templates. We also have a certified author course that's absolutely free for you to jump right into. It's about 90 minutes long. It'll teach you all the basics, and we would love to connect with you on social media. The book that I'm showing you now is going to go out to you in the follow-up emails and things that you've seen. I think it's already over in the chat. So jump into the book, check it out, and head over to app.bookcreator.com and sign up for free.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that. That's so cool. And I love those new accessibility features. That's amazing. Yeah, no, it's just super. So I thought it would be a little fun to just have a look at how ThingLink looks in Book Creator when you can embed it. So here I've got a book that I started, which is in the chat as well. You'll be able to have a look at this. And my book is all about 1984 by George Orwell. And here you can see that I've got two little buttons here. And this one, when you click it, is going to open up the 360 ThingLink that I've created to show my George Orwell scene. And I've got the characters.
Welcome to the Ministry of Truth, where lies become history.
That I've created. So that's a character that I've created in the book using DID and the video and a tag. And then I've also just added in, it's with our scenario builder, that kind of branching adventure. And this is the game that I've created where you're a character. This is all completely fictitious, but the character is actually being asked to alter the past. They're changing history. And yeah, it's like, you know, what are you going to do? Are you actually going to go ahead and do all this? And are you going to follow orders? Well, actually, if you follow orders, you become a conformist. So that was my fun little game. And we've got some accessibility features built in there too. There's the Immersive Reader, which for those of you who know Immersive Reader, you'll be able to translate that in. So yeah, both of us really showing the importance of how you can make sure that you're creating resources that all of your students can access, no matter what their requirements might be, accessibility for all. So that was just a little in action example. It's in the chat and it's also in the email when you get it. So right, I think it's now time for Christoffer to come to the stage, because Christoffer, you've taken all of this and you haven't just run with the ball, you've sprinted with it right the way off the field, because what you've done is absolutely amazing. So I'm going to now remove my screen and I'm going to add your screen in, Christoffer, which is going to really bring all of this to life in the classroom, a bit about the why, the how you did it and everything else. So over to you, Christoffer. And yeah, please do keep the comments coming.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Louise. And just letting you know, I can't see the comments. So if there's any questions or comments, just let me know, Louise. But welcome to this short session in like 20 minutes about immersive storytelling and learning with ThingLink and Book Creator. As Louise said a couple of minutes ago, I'm Christoffer. I'm head of digital learning in Vallensbæk in Denmark. And furthermore, I'm an Apple professional learning specialist and Apple distinguished educator. If you want to ask me questions afterwards, feel free to scan the QR code now with your cell phone, and then you can link to my SoMe's, and then I will contact you and answer your questions afterwards. I think the QR code will enter in the end as well. But the things I would like to show you in this 20-minute session is about two projects we have been having in Vallensbæk. I would like to show you how we have worked with the storytelling and fairy tales, as you can see on the left iPad, where we have created this immersive 360 images with ThingLink and included Book Creator stories inside. And afterwards, I would like to show you the right iPad, where we have worked on creating Book Creator books and made it a little bit more interactive with including ThingLink projects inside that kind of project. So this is the 2 projects we're going to look at the next 20 minutes time. And why should you do this in your own teaching afterwards? That's like one of the most important questions to ask yourself. You should work with the projects I'm showing you if you want to do analog processes where you work with idea development and personal expressions for your students. You should also use these kind of projects if you want to do iterative processes in your own teaching while working with technology. These projects is really good for personal expressions for your kids and your students. And it's really accessible. There's a lot of different communications tools that David talked about as well. So everybody is able to succeed with these type of projects. But these projects is also really, really good for creating feedback cultures in your class where you can work over longer time with the projects for a better product in the end. And this is also something you should do in your own class, if you ask me, to do more exploring and engaging presentations when kids and students have to show their project to their teammates and you as teachers. So let's start with the first project. It's about storytelling in one of our 3rd graders. We are going to look at ThingLink at the first part of this session, and then how can we include book creator books like you see on the video inside the ThingLink universes. And this is a great project because we saw our 3rd graders all being authors. They all created analog, unique ideas and then developed them with digital tools afterwards. But we also saw a lot of personal expressions. Not one product looked like another product. And that's more fun to be a teacher, right? When you have unique product from your students. The workflow in this project is that we started with the analog idea that we're going to look at in a short minute. And then we are going to look at how can you create your own 360 AI images with ThingLink and Skybox. How can you include your book creator books, both the full books and single pages inside ThingLink? And how can you create a guided tour so you make sure that the person seeing your presentation click on the right buttons to get the storytelling in the right direction. So that's the workflow for this type of project. The thing we are starting with in Wallensbæk a lot, and I think in all of the Nordic countries, we have a lot of focus on how can we make sure that the digital products and projects we're working with give a greater value. And with that, we have a lot of focus on how can we start with creating an analog idea and creating storyboards so we make sure that our students get the full benefits of the projects. The way we have showcased our products in this project is by creating big canvas in free form with our analog ideas brought to life with digital tools. So this is just a short brief on how we did it. All the students in the 3rd graders create analog ideas, draw them, write them, and then scan documents inside freeform. And then they connect all of their ideas with this connecting lines in freeform so we can make sure you're going to do this, afterwards you're going to do this and that, so we make sure there's a meaning with the project. And the great thing about the iPad and freeform here is the students were able, like you see on the video, to scan their analog ideas and put it inside this digital whiteboard. So this was just a short brief on what we did before using ThingLink and Book Creator. The thing we are going to look at today is how can you create your own 360 AI environment with ThingLink and Skybox as the first part. And the great thing about this is that it will make your students, if you facilitate it right, to make work more iterative with artificial intelligence. The way we did it in this project was creating our prompts, write it in pages like you see here, and created the first picture. And as you all know, we can't expect the first picture with artificial intelligence to be great enough. So we really want to highlight the process in pages here, seeing the prompts, the picture, the prompts again, until we had our great picture to use and connect with Book Creator. So I think the great things about these 360 environments you can do in ThingLink is that you can be really, really unique. You have, I don't know if I'm right, Louise, I think you have 28 or something themes to choose between when you're going to do your own projects. So that's a way that the students can express them in different ways. And I think, like David talked about, like the accessible tools, it's really, really great in ThingLink. Even if we are third graders and the kids can text 6 English words, they can get the support while prompting with the feature called Enhanced Prompt that we will look at in just a short minute. And let's jump to ThingLink in a minute. This is just a video of how you can create it, and then I will show it live afterwards. We're going to create a project, a 360 project, and insert a prompt. Here I can text my English prompt, and as you can see, there's something called Enhanced Prompt that will make our prompts longer and more descriptive. When I have described my prompt, I can choose a theme. This is my favorite theme. I don't know about you. Please text it in the chat if you have a dream theme. Dreamlike is the best theme for me personally. So, and then you get the picture, and when you're satisfied, you can press continue twice, and then we have our image. And I think I will go to show you how you can do it. So I'll just switch between screens now and show you a little more slowly how can you prompt your own picture. So I will start to present again, and you will see my screen in just a short minute. I can see some favorite themes. Perfect. Here you go. Hopefully you can see my screen now. So I'm in ThingLink here, and I would like to show you how we can create our own pictures. So if you're logged in, you have to choose media in the left side here. And afterwards, you have to press create here. And if I need to slow down, just let me know. When you have pressed create, it's time to choose the 360 image here. And here you have the possibility to generate with AI in the button. I've cheated a bit, so I've created a prompt. I can insert now, hopefully, yes. And then you have the possibility as a teacher, if you say, my students have to make their own prompt the full way, then you can say to the students, you have to disconnect the enhanced prompt, and then we'll just use the words. If they need guidance, you can access again here. So you can choose the theme, and I will try to show you my second favorite theme. It's a realism, because it will get some really, really great talks in the class. Is it realism when it's AI? So it's a way having discussions and talks about what's AI when it's called realism. So this will make us create the picture. And I have just cheated a little bit. So I will jump back to my finished picture here. And then I will show you how you can insert Book Creator's links inside this picture. So let's have a look at that. I have this picture here, and I will start pressing edit. And the main focus this session is about creating embed tags. So let's have a look at that. I have cheated a bit, so I've created a Book Creator book about the water cycle here. It's exported into something called SkoleTube. So that's a Danish delivery brand for Book Creator, where we can export our book creators into ThingLink. It should be accessible for you to just press the 3 dots in ThingLink and share it inside your ThingLink, so from Book Creator to ThingLink. But I have this page here about the water cycle in Book Creator. I will press the 3 dots here, and I can say copy link to site. Afterwards here, I can jump straight back into my ThingLink production here and set add tag. And then I can set embed and insert my link. And then you can see that my first picture from a book creator book about the water cycle will enter in my ThingLink production. It's super important to change icons, so you make sure that the students and the teachers will read your ThingLink product in the right way. So I will choose and one dot here, and then I can say done, and I have my first point here. I will just show you that I can take the next side here about fordampning in Danish, evaporation in English, and again I can say press the 3 dots and say copy link to site, and we'll just show you this one more time. So I can go here to the ocean here and set add tag and embed again, and then you can see I can enter my full screen here, press change icon and choose 2, and when I set done, I can now look around at my 360 image here and seeing these icons. Then I have the possibility to press my book creator books and jump straight into the pages. But I think one thing you have to know about ThingLink is the guided mode. I'm so in love with that function. So let's have the last look at that. You can press settings here, and it's super important that you press settings, underneath the add tag button, and then you can roll to find this guided mode here. When you press guided mode, you can show the icons in your own way. So, and I will also active locked mode. That is not possible to click on the other icons in the ThingLink production. So I've put on guided mode and locked mode, and now I will tag a sequence. This sequence is the way that the different tags in ThingLink will pop up to your screen. So you can simply just drag it around to the right direction. I will press done. I'm super satisfied about it now. I will press done again and done again. And now you can see this one is blinking. This one is locked and not possible to click on. So I think that's super, super great. And that when you press the first button, it will open up the next button. So it's a great way showing examples, for example, like here in science, learning about the water cycle. If you would like to have this project yourself, please feel free to grab your cell phone now and scan this QR code so you can remember how could you use ThingLink and Book Creator showcasing science projects. I will just let this QR code be here for just a short minute. I will jump straight back to my ThingLink account now so you can see another project that you saw in the videos in my keynote. This was the third graders project about storytelling. I think there's a little sound on, so sorry for that. I hope it's okay for you now. And then you can see you can also add this welcome text buttons. You can add background sounds, and you can add even more layers to your ThingLink production here. So you can see this is the last thing I'm going to show in this project. You can answer, you can make questions. What was the thing you saw in your book creator? Oh, that was the key. So you can answer and seeing the data and having a look at, are you clear in your communication? So I think I can't find the last button. Oh, it's over here, sorry. This is a great feature, the transit mode. It's possible for the kids in third grade to do 4 or 5 pictures with some information in Book Creator in all of the pages. And when they have communicated the single environment here, they can press this button here. And what was the tree not sleeping? It was talking, and then it changed to the next environment. Yes, I have used Pixabay and find the tune with my students. So this was just a short demo of how you can do storytelling in ThingLink and insert full screen book creators and also single-page book creators inside that project. So, Louise, I think it's time if there's any questions now before I'll move on to my second demo. I will just stop sharing my screen and doing the next session ready.
I just had David back on as well. So someone just messaged me sidebar and said Christoffer should go and work at ThingLink. He's such an expert, and I'm like, yeah. And I think David's thinking, yeah, come and work with us.
Yeah, maybe expand into Denmark a little bit. Good night. That is. How do you keep students out of that? Like, do you have to like unplug their computers? I was impressed. I want to jump in and do a little adventure.
And I think it's so great that our teachers here kept the focus on what are the purpose with the teaching in storytelling and fairy tales, and the way they facilitated with the analog processes make sure that everybody got an idea. And I think you know the same thing, David and Louise. It's really problematic if you have done a lot of work in Book Creator and ThingLink, and I will come to it as a teacher saying, maybe you have to change a lot of your work. It's so frustrating and it's demotivating, right? So this way, having the analog idea, it's easier to get a digital output that's really fantastic, in my opinion.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
And I mean, the kind of vocabulary lists that you can create from creating those 360 images, when you toggled on the enhanced prompt, it gave you this whole big, vast vocabulary of really creative, stimulating words. Imagine giving those words to students to do more research. So it's not just a single idea, is it? This can become a whole context for learning with other spin-offs and other books and other activities. And you could even bring in, literacy, numeracy, and aspects of health and well-being into it as well, and digital literacy all at the same time, because you're developing students' skills in handling different types of media, being able to use technology positively. But can you imagine that kind of impactful experience for those learners as well? I bet they'll remember that lesson and that activity for time to come, won't they? Because it's just been such an engaging thing for them to do.
Yeah, this looks like memorable learning to me.
Yeah, for sure. The comments have been absolutely amazing. People just saying, what a great introduction. That's amazing, incredible, mind blown, fantastic. Lots of really nice examples. And we'll be putting lots of links in of resources where people can access all of these. But also, somebody was mentioning audio. You mentioned Pixabay. There's other places that you can get audio, or as David did, you can just record your own voice into whatever you're doing as well, which is just super. Great. So do you want to share your screen now as well, Christoffer? Shall we just drop out for your second part of the... Right, so I'll put
hopefully this is as mind-blowing as well, the opposite array around with Book Creator and ThingLink. Let's have a look at that as well. So the last project we're going to look at is how can we do interactive books. And we have tried this with our sixth graders. And just a brief shout out to our teachers for doing this project with me. It's super fun coming with them doing this. So the thing we're going to look at now is how can we do it the opposite way around creating Book Creator books, including voice memos and stuff like that, creating layout, and how can you include both the 360 environments from ThingLink and just regular image project from ThingLink inside your Book Creators, like you can see in this book here about sustainable cities. So hopefully I can change my slide here. Sorry for that. And I think the opposite array around using Book Creator first is really, really great for people learning, creating your own books, and really get the possibility to show your knowledge in multiple ways. But I think the add-on with ThingLink is super great for Book Creator to make it even more interactive, but also, again, having multiple expressions from your students. And the workflow around this thing was, again, with the analog flow before creating the Book Creator. Then we started up a Book Creator project like you see here. Then creating your design and insert a minimum of text in your Book Creator because we have included voice memos and the interactive pictures with text from ThingLink. We will have a look at the third point here. How can you create and share ThingLink projects and embed it in Book Creator as interactive links? So that's what we're going to look at now. And we will start in a minute creating a book creator. Then we will have a look on how can we create our layout and design in Book Creator. And then I think that's why you're here at the webinar. How is it possible embedding ThingLink project inside your Book Creator book creations? So not Q&A yet, sorry for that, but I have to change my screen again, sorry for that. So I'm ready in just a second. And let's have a look at the Sustainable City Book Creator book. And afterwards, we will look at how can we create a story about the Little Red Riding Hood, Rødhætte, in Danish. So this is just to show you how we can embed projects from ThingLink inside Book Creator. I have created this Book Creator project here as an example for the 6th graders. And as you can see, hopefully there should be some pictures. Maybe my internet is a little slow. Sorry for that. Hopefully, let's have crossed our fingers for me, please. And yes, perfect. I've created these pictures in Padlet with their AI generator, and we can do it in ThingLink in just a short minute, like Louise talked about with the dolly thing. And here you can see, like you saw before, and hopefully, yeah, we will have some pictures here. And as you can see here, it's possible to add these embed links here about, for example, the green roofs. So it's possible for me to double tap, even though I'm not in presentation mode, and then I can simply have my interactive ThingLink image projects here and click on all our icons. So I think that's super, super great for the students as well. We keep ourselves in one browser or in the Book Creator app, and it's simply for us to press X and then move on with our story. So let's have a look on how you can do it yourself. I will jump to my demo here in the very end of my Book Creator catalog here. I've created this one for you today about the Little Red Riding Hood. And I would like to show how we can embed my ThingLink project about this story. So I will go to ThingLink, and we can see that I have two projects about this story here. I have a regular image project and I have a 360 image project. So you can see both sides of how that looks in Book Creator. Let's press on the first image project here. I have created ready for you with locked items, as you see here. So, oh, that's the wrong way. I hope you get the point, please. I will try to press share here, and then this one you have to use. You have to press embed on website, and then I can say copy here, and I can jump back to my Book Creator project here. And then it's possible for me to press the plus to add medias, and then I'll have to press more. You will learn a lot of Danish words today. Sorry about that. More is mere in Danish. So I will press more, and then I can set embed. Here I have the possibility to insert my link and set that's a go. I can give it a name. I can say it's the start of the story, and I can say add. And now it will add an embed link to my Book Creator story here. So I can press double tap here, and then it will open up my project here about the very start of the story about the Little Red Riding Hood. And as you can see here, even though I press present mode, I can tap as well here, and it will open it interactive. So I think that's super simple, adding those projects inside your storytelling in Book Creator. Let's have a look on how it will look with the 360 images with ThingLink and Skybox. So I have created this project ready for you as well. where she are going to meet the wolf in the forest. So again, I will press share, embed on website, and copy. And then it's possible for me again to press the plus, more, and embed. And then I can simply tap in and set add and add. And let's have a look on how the 360 images looks like in Book Creator. I have the possibilities to add sounds, like David showed us, and you can press here, and it's simply 360 environment where you can move around with your finger or your mouse. And I think, like Louise talked about 30 minutes ago, it's not necessary to use a VR headset or similar to get the experience and get the great opportunity to showcase in 360 images, because you get a great insight in how that looks, even though you're on an iPad, computer, or cell phone. So again, we have guided mode accessed here, and I can press all of the 4 buttons here and jump straight back to my book creator and creating the next page in my story. So this was basically my both projects where you can create embed links both for your rounds, both with Book Creator inside ThingLink and from ThingLink inside Book Creator. Thank you so much for letting me showcasing this. I hope it makes sense. And if you have any kind of questions, please feel free to reach out to me afterwards. Thank you for having me.
Oh, there's so much love for you in the chat. Honestly, you are fantastic. Thank you so much for your presentations. Yeah, I mean, there are people saying that they're actually going to spend their whole entire evening now playing with this and what you've been doing. They're going to be spending the rest of the day doing this. It's amazing. Looking forward to trying it out. Amanda sat there with her unicorn slippers on, about to go and fly with the Zap Smash. That's amazing. Oh, so many more possibilities. Yeah, absolutely. And the tools that you're using, I mean, you've been using them with the children of primary school age that you've been working through, but this is something that can just grow up with learners as they go through their educational career. It can be as simple as storytelling, or it could be visual resumes, all about me. And David, I saw you posted some templates to all about me examples as well, which is just wonderful. So yeah, some really, really nice examples there. More comments coming through. Awesome. Thank you so much. Wow, absolutely amazing, Amanda, giving us some more love there. So for anyone who's joining us and you've signed up for the webinar, you will get a email 15 minutes afterwards, and it will have all of those links that we've put into the chat. And we've also created a certificate from the 3 of us. We wanted to make sure that you had something that if you want to collect and show your personal development, because what a personal development session this is as well, professional development, so much there, so many ideas. David, over to you. Is there anything else coming out from Book Creator that you would like to share?
Well, absolutely. Yeah, I can share with you a little bit about that. I showed you our translations feature, which is our latest update. And Christoffer, I have to say, while I was watching that, it reminded me of how the translations feature has sort of brought to life this need for supporting our multilingual learners, and specifically newcomers. Newcomers is a phrase used for when a student's in your classroom if they don't speak the first language that's spoken in instruction. And so we've seen a lot of people using that. When I saw those 360 tours, it reminded me of a part of the Newcomer About Me book that we have built, where they're asked to show photos of where they came from, right? Like, where's home for you? Could you imagine them bringing in these 360 images and then embedding actual pictures of them in the spaces? Like, just the immersiveness that ThingLink brings and adds into a book, and vice versa. It just kind of gives me the goosebumps. What I can share that's coming out is portfolios. We're going to be updating our UI so that we will have a special library just for students that follows them all the way through your educational institution and you'll be able to put into that library artifacts like what Christoffer just showed that will follow those students throughout and that they'll be able to take with them later. So we're really excited. I can't share any more details. It's still in development, but you will see it live and ready, I believe, by ISTE. So I'm very excited. June, about mid-June next week. Fingers crossed. I'm probably going to get messages from the engineering team right now saying, don't say that. But we're really excited about portfolios, and we think that Book Creator is the best place for them. So.
That sounds great. And we've just had some more comments coming in. Pam McDowell, who I know is in Scotland as well, is saying mind blown. But I was just thinking, and I was just going to share this quickly. So we were looking at that create flow with Skybox AI, which is our integration for 360 images. We also have an integration which is for generating with AI for 2D images. But I was just thinking about what David was saying there about kind of transitions and all about me. We do have a feature in ThingLink here, which is called Pano to 360. And this is pretty new. So originally, Google had a Google Street View camera app. And this is something that people used to use with their phones. And you used to have to take lots of pictures like this to create a kind of photosphere. And unfortunately, Google decided to sunset, that's the word, sunset that particular application. But we stepped up to the plate, no need to worry. So we developed our own Pano to 360 tool. And with this, students can create their own 360 photospheres of their environments if they're out on a work development trip, or they wanted to do something about their school or their place or their space. With a phone or an iPad, you can take a panoramic image, so you don't need that photosphere app. You can upload that into ThingLink, and we will, with a little bit of AI help, turn it into a fully kind of fledged photosphere. So then imagine your All About Me book, which shows a place or a space or an environment, and then you can create your own real world kind of virtual tours. And I did see somebody in the chat there, and that was Craig Dunlap. And Craig was saying he loved the portfolio idea, but I know that Craig has been making 360 images inside of STEM projects like shoebox projects and dioramas, and turning them into a 360 image from inside your shoebox or your project. So imagine that being pulled into Book Creator. So not only have you got your portfolio, which is all about me, it can be all about your favorite things that you've made as well. And I think that that's just a lovely idea. I can't not finish this webinar without mentioning ISTE. So some of you in the UK would have come to BET earlier on this year, which was the EdTech show that was in London in January. And if you're in the US or you're visiting the US in June and going to Denver, Colorado, there is ISTE, which is that enormous EdTech show. And Book Creator, you're going to be there. Is that right, David?
Yeah, we'll have our full team in force. I think there's like 16 of us going. It's our favorite conference.
That's amazing. So if you're at ISTE and you want to pop in and see David and the team at Book Creator, I'll be at ISTE as well. We don't have a stand. We're floating with our partners, and
we're adopting you. We're adopting you. You'll be at our booth. Come see us at our booth.
I feel so loved. Amazing. But yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you at ISTE. If you're not at ISTE, you can still join in with all of our community efforts. Join the Book Creator communities. You can join the ThingLink communities. We've both got programs which aim to support teachers in using tools, not just Book Creator and ThingLink, but app smashing across the board, whether it's Canva or Adobe Express or quizzes. We think there's room for everybody to play with this. So we shall look forward to seeing you. Lots more comments coming back in. I'm just going to put Kyla, and I'm going to remove my screen there. And Ivan, bring you back in the chat as well for a final panel. We've got a comment in here which is saying students are doing a geography research trip. So adding a 360 Pano is going to be brilliant. I can hear Kyla's puppy in the background.
Sorry.
That's okay. Christoffer, over to you. Any closing words that you'd like to say?
Just thank you so much for your support, all of you out there. And I think the main focus on this session is that it's super, super simple and accessible to connect the two apps. And I hope you could see that in my little live demo just previous. So I think that's an important message for me to end up this session.
You were absolutely fantastic. Honestly, Christoffer,
Likewise.
we can't enough from the whole ThingLink team who are messaging me behind the scenes, and I'm sure the Book Creator team are as well. Just so much gratitude for being able to be willing to sharing all of your ideas. Ivan, you've been beavering away on the chat as well, and I think we've both decided that Christoffer's an expert on using guided mode and lock mode. We were really pleased to see that, weren't we?
No, Christoffer, without any doubt, your presentation is like on the same level as some of the presentations our employees do. So thank you very much. And for those in chat, they posted a little message from Christoffer. If you wish to connect with him, there is a link to the Linktree, which is a website that basically gives you more links.
Brilliant. Thanks ever so much, Ivan. And David, as our guest host, we should do more of these now, shouldn't we? We shall try and make these maybe a regular, kind of at least a couple of times a year, I should think.
Yes, please.
And thank you so much for being a guest host this evening and sharing some of your ideas around using Book Creator and what's coming up. So all that's left for me to say is thank you to all of you for joining us wherever you are in the world. Have a wonderful journey home if you are leaving work, or enjoy the rest of your day. If you're watching on the catch up, we hope that you enjoy it all and still get a feel for the buzz that we've seen here this evening. It's just been absolutely fantastic. So from all of us here, thank you so much, Christoffer, David, Kyla and Ivan. Thank you, and thank you all to you at home. Take care, everyone. Goodbye from us.
Bye.